There was once a young man named Hero. From the day he was born, expectations were placed upon him like invisible chains. His family, his friends, even strangers seemed to have a vision of who Hero should become. His father wanted him to follow in the family business. His mother dreamed of him becoming a successful scholar. His friends expected him to be the fun, carefree one who always went along with their plans. And society? Well, society had its own definition of success: money, status, and recognition. Hero tried his best to meet these expectations. He worked hard, studied long hours, and always did what others thought was best for him. But no matter how hard he tried, he felt like something was missing. There was an emptiness inside him, a quiet voice that asked, "Is this really your life?" One day, Hero's journey took him to a small mountain village, where he met an old man known for his wisdom. The villagers told stories of how this man could see the truth in people's hearts, how he had helped many find peace in their lives. Intrigued, Hero decided to visit him, hoping for answers. When Hero arrived, the old man was sitting by a river, quietly watching the water flow. Hero sat down next to him and without hesitation asked, "How can I live a life that makes everyone proud of me?" The old man smiled but didn't answer immediately. Instead, he pointed to the river and said, "Do you see how the water flows effortlessly around the rocks?" Hero looked at the river and nodded, confused by the question. The old man continued, "The river does not ask permission to flow. It doesn't worry about whether it is doing the right thing or if others approve. It simply moves forward, finding its own path." Hero furrowed his brow. "But I have so many people depending on me. I don't want to disappoint them. I want them to be proud." The old man looked at him kindly and said, "Hero, imagine you're carrying a heavy sack on your back, and each time someone has an expectation of you, another stone is placed inside. You want to please your parents? A stone. You want to fit in with your friends? Another stone. You want society to respect you? More stones. Soon the weight becomes unbearable." Hero's shoulders sank as the old man spoke. He had been feeling this weight his entire life, but he had never truly understood where it came from. The old man continued, "You keep adding stones, thinking that if you carry them long enough, people will be happy. But here's the truth. No matter how many stones you carry, there will always be more. There will always be someone who wants something different from you." Hero's heart sank. "Then what should I do?" he asked quietly. The old man reached down, picked up a small stone, and held it out to Hero. "Let go," he said simply. "The expectations you carry are not yours. They belong to others." Hero stared at the stone, turning it over in his hands. "But if I let go, won't people be disappointed? Won't they think I've failed?" The old man chuckled softly. "Let me tell you a story," he said. "There was once a bird who lived in a cage. The cage was beautiful, golden, and safe. The bird's owner loved the bird and always made sure it had food and water. But one day, the bird looked through the bars of the cage and saw other birds flying freely in the sky. It realized that although it had everything it needed, it was not truly living. It wasn't free. The bird wanted to fly, to feel the wind beneath its wings, to discover what lay beyond the horizon. But it hesitated, wondering, what will my owner think if I leave the cage? Will they be sad? Will they think I've betrayed them? The bird struggled with this for days until one day it made a decision. It pushed open the door of the cage and flew. And in that moment, the bird felt more alive than it ever had before. The old man looked into Hero's eyes. "You are like that bird. You are living in a cage of expectations. It may feel safe, but it is not where you belong. You were meant to fly, to live a life true to yourself." Hero sat in silence, letting the words sink in. He thought about all the stones he had been carrying, the heavy weight of others' expectations. He realized that while he had been trying to make everyone else happy, he had forgotten about his own happiness. "But how do I start?" Hero asked, his voice soft but hopeful. The old man smiled gently. "You start by letting go of one stone at a time. Ask yourself, whose expectation is this? Is it mine, or does it belong to someone else? And then decide if it's worth carrying." Hero nodded slowly. He knew the old man was right. He had been living his life for others, but now it was time to live for himself. As Hero stood to leave, the old man handed him the small stone. "Take this," he said. "Whenever you feel the weight of expectations, hold this stone and remember, you have the power to let go." Hero thanked the old man and began his journey back down the mountain, the stone clutched tightly in his hand. He knew the road ahead wouldn't be easy. Letting go of expectations would take time, and some people might not understand his choices. But for the first time in his life, Hero felt light, as if a great burden had been lifted from his shoulders. He realized that the only expectations he truly needed to meet were his own. And as he walked, he whispered to himself, "I am free.